Indeed, you are. Are you eating something? Not yet. Okay. Stupid camera. I hate this camera. I hate it so much. Stop it. See, Adam. Ooh, having a hermit day, huh? Okay. Well, I wanted to. Why I'm streaming at this hour is because I really felt like it. I just had a shower and I just wanted to sit down, play with my cards. But also, I figured why not start streaming early too? Like, I don't have to just wait around for later. So, I figured because I don't have a big crowd at this hour that I'd maybe be able to um, do some, maybe not necessarily a connection to the deck because I already have that, but because I don't know how to read for myself, then maybe I thought that I should study at least this deck more, this Oracle cards, because again, I'm still very new to Oracles and they all kind of represent different things. So besides intuition, know me. Oh, I'm doing you? Okay. Okay. Hold on. You're past. Okay. What about it? Yeah. Like, Okay, let's see what exists here. Well, besides. Hmm. I like the reading I had last time, who I was and how I died. Yeah. I'm trying to see if there's anything else one can like expand upon that. I'm kind of like just clicking on anything that is related to that, and we'll see if any of them are. Well, soul work could be related to that. Okay, let's see. Okay. How about we do a little bit of. This one is going to touch upon what we talked about before. It's not too advanced, it's just nothing else really to do besides, what we did. However, I'm trying to find if there's like another spread that kind of dives deeper into it besides just who you were, blah, blah, blah. But it seems to be the only thing. Um, uh, we could just do like a quick. There's a 4 spread here called Exploring Past Life, which is like a card describing me in a relevant past life or my purpose during that lifetime, a lesson I didn't complete, and how that is relevant in your current life. We could do that. See if that works. So, to describe you. You were clearly someone that had a lot of things going for them. Again, because we figured out that you were some sort of in the law enforcement ish, So yeah, you had a lot of things on your plate. Um, but your main purpose was okay. So obviously to learn some sort of lesson. Let's see. But what was that? A lesson you did not complete. Okay, maybe accepting form of transformations, that things change. Um, that is something you didn't handle very well. You didn't handle death very well. And how this is relevant in your current life. Yeah, you become, obviously heartbroken about it because um yeah. Um I mean, let's face it, you still have a problem with death. Um and this is a recurring theme for you. It's almost like you have to learn your lessons to be learned and continue to learn is that things have to pass um, in order to be reborn, or either, all good things come to an end, if you will. Um, a life comes to an everything that's living is going to die. Um, there will be a dawning of a new day for someone else, and that's okay. Um, but this issue is still very hard for you, and that's how it's currently impacting your life now. Yeah. We remember how I told you about, like, you get you come back to this planet, um or this life I should say, to learn a lesson. If you don't learn that lesson, the next time around it's going to be even a harsher environment because it's trying to really teach you something, because you're not picking up on it. This is a perfect example for this. This means that you've been here before. You're definitely not necessarily a new soul. You've been here before. Um, because this is still carrying out right now. And you didn't learn your lesson. Um, about letting things go and finding that inner peace. Like, you're just focusing on the negatives. And that really consumes you. And so you really had a problem with death. And that still, transformation in any kind, change in any kind, that was really hard for you. And it has left you heartbroken here. So that's interesting. I'm going to save that spread. I like that. Do you want a general reading too? So I don't have to focus on myself. Well, it could be multiple. This was just about your recent past, which means that the previous one. Um, one cannot really say. I think you get like a couple of chances. Um, yeah. But yeah, that one just explore the recent one. Let's do a general reading on you. Then it's your turn. No! I don't want to pick a card. Pick a card, any card. Step right up, step right up. Midderfee. Oh god. Seeing things from a different perspective, self-sacrifice a little bit, gaining some new emotional grounds, something new offered emotionally. Yeah, currently you're still being very smart and intelligent about it. Like it's like it's strategic, if you will. To achieve options or choices. Um, Granted, they're very unknown to you because you're not usually very this, so it's kind of an unknown thing. Another choice. It's almost like there's a choice coming up here. Um, I guess it helps to remember that even though it's almost like you're keeping yourself from progressing. Um, yeah, you're keeping yourself from progressing in your asset. That's what you kind of always fall back on. Um, but we'll see why this is important to remember. That's what we need to figure out. Opportune time, stability, which means, or it could mean that, again, with the choices here, it's almost like you're making you're trying to make a choice to achieve stability. I guess, and once you do, you will open up a lot of opportunities. You will be able to pick and choose, if you will. Um, Life, I guess, yeah, and that's gonna bring on passion and something new. Um, Open up. This is gonna this whole journey thing. If you don't focus on this, um, there is a high chance of you being able to see things clearly, be able to pick things out of the crowd, and also gain a lot of spirit or a lot of fire with that, like a lot of passion with that. And it's going to open up a lot of new doors in the sense of passion, like fire, you'll be able to be handed something new, if you will. Personal issues reaches a resolution. Full moon in Cancer. Now, okay, hold on. I just need to do that. Okay, apparently not. There's no in between. There we go. Personal issue reaches resolution. It's almost like, again, this is, you're kind of trying to, obviously this is a personal journey, but like you self-sacrificing, again, I think these two go hand in hand with that, right? Because self-sacrifice for a different perspective. Even if you don't necessarily like a certain outcome, it's easier to become the Eight of Swords, where you're tying yourself up instead of, and being like, woe is me, when yeah. You have more knowledge and control than you think you do. Let's see. And this is in relation to your question, which is the Queen of Swords. Someone that is patient, understanding, might be a little hot-headed at times and like impulsive, but like still kind of like, all right, but I'm gonna retreat. I'm gonna, think about this. It's almost like, there's some facts that you have to face, right? And so you're doing it from a point of view that you're not used to, but you're trying. And, she makes decisions and, obviously, but, I'm also thinking because there's swords here. This is, a very spiritual blockage, if you will. Swords represents the spirit, equals air, and it's like that. You're entrapping yourself with either like you don't want to see the truth or something like that. But again, that's why you're being this guy, right? You're trying to self-sacrifice in order to understand. Also, while you're conflicting with yourself, right? Because in the end, that's what we do. But personal issues around whatever situation is happening is going to be resolved very soon. Cancer is also like the family-oriented zodiac. Yeah, she does. Does what? Family-oriented. So it's almost like whatever issue you have in relations to people might be resolved, one way or another, whether it's negative or positive, it's going to be resolved. So I guess a sense of peace is incoming one way or the other. I think what it's trying to do here is that if you just, instead of feeling personally attacked by things or, stuff like that, that if you think about it a different way, you have so many opportunities. Decides hinting on you. Oh, decides. Oh. I see. Um, that if you remember that you usually retreat, uh, try not to retreat, because once you don't, um, you will open up so many different opportunities, and you'll be like, wow, you know what, that wasn't so scary. In fact, I feel more optimistic, kind of, like, right? Because you have so much to pick between, on what you want to do, and like, um, how to feel, and like everything's gonna just spark passion. It's gonna spark something new inside of you, and you're gonna get something new out of this situation. But just so it's almost like a warning card, like, all right, know how you usually react, how about we don't do that, kind of a thing. I mean, again, you get to choose if you want to feel like, oh, shit is hard, I'm gonna back off. That is completely up to you. But there is opportunities here waiting, basically. And you have the knowledge on what to do. You're currently very prepared to go into battle if you have to. Uh, you know, um, yeah, like, do it in a very creative manner. Hmm. Yeah. So take that as you will. My arms still hurt from the fucking injury. Oh, whoops, oops, 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 oops. There we go. How is it an injury when you're born with it? Well, I mean, what I mean is the injury itself caused my issues to inflare. Like, the whole tension that happened, like, it went out in my arms, and so they're kind of like still kind of like they hurt a bit, you know? Right. So now you. What do you mean me? You know what? I told you I don't know how to do it. I don't I just don't I don't know how to, like, even if I read it for what it is, um I still feel like, well, what if it's not, like, I don't know. I feel very iffy about reading for myself. Because again, this is not, I took up tarot to communicate with people, right? Not with me. I know me, you know? I know what I'm going through. I know where I came from. I'm so comfortable in that. And I think that's why it's hard for me to do readings, because it's like I don't feel that necessary connection. No. Do you though? No, I mean, I think yeah, I'd say so. Yeah. Um, the things I can ask about though, like, it's like if I'm in a situation where it's like, okay, I'm a little confused, where, like, for example, if I'm having a meeting, right? If it's like, okay, so I can ask what direction it will take, but not necessarily like something about myself, right? Because it's still just like about an event. I can do about events. Like if I'm going to a show, like I'll be like, all right, how's the show gonna be? Am I gonna face some fucking rando? Like things like that. I can do that, but that's not a personal thing, right? But if I go, oh, how does my week gonna look? Or like, who was I? Or what is my soul feeling right now and stuff like that. It's like I don't know if I can do that. I don't know. Because at the same time I kind of know what I'm feeling. I am so fucking in tune with my emotions cuz I'm a fucking Pisces. That's what I do. I overanalyze everything. So I think that's why I don't necessarily feel the need either. Um but I don't know. Sounded that you said Bice, Bices. You're fucking. He's silly. It's like I feel like I know I'm only using tarot and oracles in the more superficial way, like in the sense of, again, this is supposed to help you with your journey and if you have questions or whatever. But the thing is, I'm not ignorant. I'm not just saying that. It's just I am aware. I grew up a witch, right? So I have so many insights from my past life, this life, uh, through spiritual connections, So this is not. I know that this is just a communication tool. But do you though? But what do you mean do me? Okay, what? Okay, when you say do me, what do you want me to do? What are you interested in seeing? Oh, I know. The thing is, I know my lesson, right? I know the lesson that I haven't learned. So I'm still aware of it, right? I still know what it is that I'm here to work on. Okay. It's obvious. This is about me. I cannot, for the life of me, care a smidget about myself, right? Um, to find that balance between helping and also taking care of oneself is something I know I have always struggled with. I always know that I'm also out of place. And that kind of goes hand in hand with that. It's almost like yeah, we all feel aliens sometimes, but like I don't think people understand the degree I go to for other people. And that's a problem because even if my feelings might conflict a little bit, I always put myself to the side, right? And I know that's what I've done in my previous lives and whatever, because it's still something I struggle with at the age of 30. So, you know, I know for a fact that's what it's all about. But yeah, it's a lesson, right? And I'm still trying to learn. And it's really difficult because it's about, even though you know the lesson you need to learn, doesn't mean that you automatically learn it and then you can go and die tomorrow. That's not how that works. It's usually a journey, right? Because it's hard for you.
There he comes.
Fullness flowy. Oh, well, thank you so much for following. I'm so glad you could join me. So I think that's like, if I don't know. Even though you have all the answers, it doesn't mean that it automatically falls into place. I do so much. Especially nowadays, I feel like I do a lot of things that, because I've been through this for so many times. So my stream might be delayed. Oh, that's okay. That God, what was to say? Even though you have all the answers in front of you, it doesn't mean that all the problems go away. It's something you have to work on. And I don't feel like I necessarily started working on this until I like hit, like, literally, how old am I? I want to say this started 2 years ago. 2-3 years ago. I feel like I actually started to do that. And that was after, the previous relationship I had. I had 2 years where I was lost. I was but like in the end of it, like I felt like I found some part of it, right? Even though that's how it works. Like, you have to work on it bits and bits. But also, obviously, my brain is more tired now than it used to be. So it's easier to be like, oh my God, like I can't, right? Like, you just don't want to deal with things. And so I think that this lesson that I've always known about, I feel like I'm still at the start of processing it, right? Because it's only been a few years now, but my problem is I still, sit with a lot of emotions that of unhappiness and something that I don't want and things like that. I do sit on that. I still do, because I have a problem. I know that I live for others. And that is becoming increasingly difficult for me. Because I'm also, again, here to learn how to say no to things and learn how to, announce what I want, and things like that. But like, I never took the time to figure out what I wanted before, like 3 years ago, right? So it is hard. You can't just, oh, I know what I need to do, and then boom, it's over, I am so extremely self-aware. And yeah. And I think that also is one of my, it is one of my problems, that I am so self-aware about, I don't know, just helping other people is magical. And the fact that more people don't, I think, also has made me not be able to take care of myself, because I didn't want to put another person on this planet where they're all like me, right? Like, I don't know, I can't. So I think that that's something I struggle with. But again, it's all about balance. It's about helping people, but also taking care of yourself. But finding that balance is very difficult for me. Because I can't even for a smidget think about myself. Like, I'd rather walk around with pain. Like, currently, like, I feel like I have a lot in my head. And I'm keeping it to myself because I don't want to, I don't know. I just don't want to burden people, and I just don't want to hurt anyone. And that's a Pisces in a nutshell, right? You try your best to not offend people, and then you do. And it's literally the worst. I can't live with that. I can't relate. I think it's a normal thing to be harsh on yourself as long as you learn how to put right in the effort. Yeah, I can relate with you. Just today I decided to apply pressure in my life because I want change. Right. I know you can do it. Helping others is magical, but we have to help ourselves first so we can help more people. Exactly. You see, that is exactly. Also, hi Suki. That is exactly what my mom said. See, uh, for you that don't know, I'm a witch descendant. Thank you so much for following. I'm so glad you could join me. So like at an early age, my mom told me like, listen, what you're doing is great. In fact, not a lot of people do what you do, but you need to really start to also balance that shit up. Oh my God, Marcel, thank you so much for following. I'm so glad you could join me. But also to try and keep that balance because yeah, you might think you're helping everyone right now, but you're going to burn yourself out. And I mean, I have so many times in my life because I don't keep the balance up. If I did that, then maybe I could help more people, you know? But it's still such a fucking struggle, you know? Thank you. Got my iced tea right here and a posture check. Nice. Again, enough about me. Now that there's people here, we don't have to talk about me. Whew, yes, thank you. Yes, let's see here. Suki, how can I help you today? Love is really the root of everything. Yeah, yes. Burning out is depleting, especially when you care. Oh my God, yeah. It really is. I don't know. You think you're doing the right thing, but oh, it's so hard. I never know how these things work. Okay, well, you will never be the burden to the right people. Sending so much. Thank you. Oh my God, you're so sweet. Thank you. Yeah, no, absolutely. You know, you're absolutely right in everything you're saying, and I totally agree. It's putting in the practice, right? Because even though like your loved ones, they're there for you, like, but you still don't want to be a fucking burden. I don't know. Yeah, it's a yeah. I'm very strange like that. um Also, fullness, I think you have to type join one more time because apparently you did not queue up, and I don't know why it does that sometimes. Sorry, I'm burping. Okay, so I never know how these things work. Okay, so basically you can ask about anything in the universe. If you want to know about your past life, or if you want to know how the next week is going to go. I see your point as well. Yeah. There we go. Um, Anything from questions to how your week is going or will go, and how someone's feeling, or you know, anything, mental health. Sure. Yeah. Do you want like a thing where like you want to figure? Do you want to see like a plan of what you're currently going through? See if you can get any tips, kind of. Yeah, all right, we can do that. Okay. I want you to pick a card. Sorry, my camera's crap, so I have to keep fixing it. Oh, no. Whatever, it's good enough. No, it's not good enough. Why is that card blurry? Woo! You know, I don't think it's gonna get better than that. Middle, yes, alright. So, I'm gonna start asking you some questions. Are you currently, do you feel like you currently are working super hard? Also, kind of like trying to justify your actions? Yeah, I've been trying to fix past mistakes. Right. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, to achieve. Yeah, okay. So you're kind of currently pouring your heart and your soul into this little mission of yours, to achieve um, a progression again, of letting go of things, walking away from things. Like you're saying, trying to fix past mistakes, right? You're walking towards, you're leaving behind a lot of things, right, to move forward. So that is currently happening. They're acknowledging that. You're good at the whole nurturing part, though. Like, you're good at, being uh, understanding, patient. Things don't take. Things can't, like, just rush. Also a symbol of love, obviously. Like, you have a lot of love to give. Also, I guess it's like a remembrance of, like, well, also remember to inflict that back to you. That you also need to love yourself and stuff like that, like we just talked about. That's very important, and it's a key factor in your assets here on how to achieve this and make it go as smooth as possible. Yeah, current timing here is the Hermit, which is the guy that goes into himself, reflects, analyze, think about things, really think things through, take time for yourself, um, establish that um, self connection, basically. Um, and again, this also associates to what you're doing right now. You're trying to mend for what you've done. And you're really, really working hard on this. This is actually, like, you're not bullshitting anyone when you say this. You are actually trying to make amends for things. Really analyzing, going through actions, going through what you've done, from an overseer point of view. In relation to your question, is the reason you're doing this is because you want to do something new. You want to achieve something new, a new offer, new sense of passion, a new sense of anything really, just to get this weight off, so you can start over. An opportune timing, yeah. Again, this is happening now, so this is something that is currently going on. Yeah. It's to achieve stability, and especially in the sense of a physical matter. It doesn't have to be money or anything, but it could be, health. It could be relationships. It could be anything like that. Anything you can kind of like touch on, if you will. Um, mending, like, yeah, mending like the bridges, if you will. Um, that you're trying to mend that, and that's what you're trying to achieve here. In order to, yeah, to like really get a handful, to really complete this saga with the tens here, wands. Again, passion. This is very something you're very passionate about, clearly. There's some passion here that is just pushing you forward really fast. Um, you can also handle it. Like, you want to feel full, uh, but full in the right way, that you can carry and own up to your mistakes. And it's incoming. What you're doing right now, whatever it is you're doing to approach this situation, is correct. You seem to be on the right path of things. Nothing necessarily to tell you to do differently, besides maybe also, if you know, I don't know if you probably know this too, but also, you know, remember that within yourself you have the Empress here. Um, Love shield, you know, even also for yourself. It's very important. It's not just for one thing or one person. No, it needs to be an all around feeling when you approach these so called mistakes. And other information. Yeah. Yeah, no, that's right. A personal issue reaches resolution. Full moon in Cancer. Um, Again, this just kind of, this spread basically just confirms what you're doing. It's confirming that you're doing it the right way. Nothing necessarily out of the ordinary here. It's just telling you to keep going, keep, if there's something you're not, you know, sure about, it's okay to, you know, take a step back and analyze things. Go and within yourself, think about things, you know, structure it maybe, you know, in different matters. Remember that, and the fact that love is shouldn't only be projected to others. It should also be projected back to you. Because if you don't work on that too, there's no sense in healing the other, right? Again, the balance. But you're doing a very good job. Like I said, nothing here that is like super dangerous or like focusing on one specific card. No, it's still very well rounded because you have a mission and you're doing it. And these personal issues is reaching a resolution. So it's happening and you're doing it right. So yeah, I hope that helped somehow, and to get you a little bit of an insight what's happening now. And yeah. So that's kind of how it works. Oh, no problem. Anytime. Okay, we have Marcel. How can I help you? Oh, okay. Uh, hey, sweetie. We're gonna have a little cat break, apparently. So, okay. In this relationship, um, uh, connection. Is there someone like you feel like in a partner sense, or do you think it's one sided? Are you trying to figure out what they think? Are you trying to figure out what you want? You know, like maybe because we need to be as specific as we can, because again, cards can mean anything. Ain't that right, kitty? Yeah, ain't that right, kitty? Oh, papa. Eh? Why do you always steal the show? Huh? Yes, in a partner's sense. I would like to know what they think. Absolutely. After this cute little cat break, we will find that out. Yes, we will. Oh, baby. Yeah, that is a monitor. I don't know what you're... Okay. Why don't you go back to your window? Hmm? Why don't you go back to your window? Sweetie. Honey. Hey? I'm trying to do some readings. You showstopper, you showstopper. Yeah, you are. Oh, baby. I'm standing in my power. I love that. Hell yeah, you are. Hey, what you doing? Oh, baby. Are you leaving now? No. No, you're not. Why would you leave? You get the pets over here. You get the pets. Yeah, there's your butt. Do you see your butt on the screen? Yeah. Oh, God. Hey, baby. Hey. Yeah, excuse my cat. I can't just... See, she's a rescue, and, like, she has a lot of trust issues. Um, I got her as a kitten. She, you know, is still very wild. She just has that in her. And I can't necessarily push her away when she wants to come and cuddle. So I do apologize. But again, this is all for free anyways, these readings. So it is what it is. You have to take a little cat now and again. Yes, ain't that right? I just want her to be as comfortable as possible at all times. Because she's still, you know, I can't pick her up, for example. She hates that and stuff like that. So I just want her to, you know. And she is in the window. Okay. Now I can help you. Jesus Christ. Well, thank you, Kat, for that little debacle. Right, so let's figure out what she feels, how she sees you, and advice I can give you. Oh, sorry, they, or he, or whatever. Sorry. What they feel. Okay. This is how they feel for you. They feel that you're a very carefree person, uh, maybe someone that's very passionate, but also like rushing into change. Like you're almost like, yeah, just someone that. I don't know. This is. Hold on. I like that we get the same cards almost. This is weird. This is how she feels about you. She feels that you're very maybe in tune with yourself. And what to do with opportunity. It's almost like this is difficult because, again, I don't necessarily sense time to give rather than take. Do you know if this person is into you at all? Like, do they display any hints or something? Because it's almost like they don't necessarily have love feelings here. That's why I'm like, they have displayed some hints before. All right. It's not like they dislike you. It's just well, either they're conflicted. A new start is coming. Either they're conflicted or yeah, they're like unsure of something. I mean, I feel like oh. Yeah, I've laid 3 times and I'm not seeing anything of prosperity lies ahead. Okay, so wow. Yeah, I don't know about this one. When did they display hints before? Like, how long are we talking? Yeah, I know they care for me, but it's always been difficult to tell. We've been talking for a year now. Right. I think, and I think this is more about, also I'm thinking about prosperity. You got a new start. Yeah, everything is like, it's, you have two, well, first of all, new moons, 2 new moons. No, sorry, you got 3 new moons. I just realized this is also a new moon. So it's almost like there could be a shift here with your relationship. Could also be that it's maybe time to think a different approach, or again, maybe that this is just a waste of time. It could be either or. A time to give rather than take. Again, not necessarily putting pressure. Prosperity lies ahead, which is awesome. One way or another, and it's a new start. So maybe since it's been a year now, like it's almost like a new cycle. Maybe they had to go through certain things before they can announce something, but I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon. But that doesn't mean it's never going to happen. But like I said, because it's a new start, like it's a new moon, right? So nothing is necessarily set in stone here. If you are overthinking because you don't know where you stand, yeah, could be. Yeah, it could be, because either way, it's almost like dawning of a new day, right? But it could be with an answer you don't want, but also an answer you do want, right? But either way, there's a new cycle here. Um, whether it's for yourself or not, it's a dawning of a new day. maybe talk to her. Currently we're in Gemini, right? So communication and yeah, communication and try and be honest, right? Because we all know Geminis have a lot of different sides to them. Um, but just be. It's almost like if you want to know where you stand, you have to take the conversation. You have to talk. Um, Also, excuse me, I'm gonna do this again. Woo, woo, woo. I do that because it sometimes fixes the blur issue. Oh, my camera's so good, you guys. Oh my god. It is what it is. So yeah, just take that for what it is or what it's not. But something new. Clearly, you have 3 new moons. You can't bullshit that shit. And the cards doesn't necessarily scream, "I'm in love currently." So I don't think this is something that's gonna happen very soon for you, if it's gonna happen at all. Um, if that makes sense. So yeah, I guess that is worth considering. I was in a similar situation, not knowing where I stood. So I asked and he didn't answer. Then I knew where I stood. Exactly. I think it's better to trust actions over words. Yes. Amen. It helps you see clearly. I wish the best. Yeah, 100%. That's what I mean. If you're fucking confused, you need to confront. All right, Fullness, it's your turn. How can I help you? Can I know how my month of June is looking for me? Sure. Sure. Let's see how June is gonna treat you. The month, not my month. You just officially own June. All right. Let's see how June is gonna treat you. Obviously, the first card is gonna represent your hopes. So pick a card. While I fucking adjust this shit. Thank you. You're both definitely right. Sometimes I feel a little nervous to reach out, but it's for the better. Yeah, exactly. For sure. Unfortunately. 4 of Wands. Okay. The whole family and or stability of any sort. Harmony. Wishing for harmony. Let's see. Another 4. I guess it's going to be a very predictable month for you so far. Yeah, maybe a time to reflect. Yeah, a time to reflect, enjoy the summer, if you will. Um, there might be a little bit of a, again, this is your asset, right? So it's something, there might, all this harmony might trigger some sort of thought inside of you. Um, that you're not quite sure of, like, why you kind of feel a little off, even though everything seems to be perfect, and that's okay. I guess you're going to be working on your craft, and in relation to this, it's almost a 9. It's a 9 here. Yeah, I think this is where the moon comes in too. It's almost like, even though everything seems too good to be true, kind of a thing, and that's gonna give you a headache, if you will. It might even keep you up at night. But I think it's about not overthinking. Oh yeah, okay. So there might be a decision so far. Yeah, again, enjoy the fruits of your labor. Same with this. Um, But there is something that's going to come up in June that is going to require a lot of thinking. Um, and you're going to have to make a blind decision, if you will, um, with this thing. And you're not going to, even though people explain to you all the options or trying to give you the answer, you'll still be fucking confused. But you'll have to make a decision of something, some sort. Um, and once you do, you can continue to enjoy the fruits of June, right? Enjoy the stability, go back to that, and just enjoy June for what it is. Adjust my intuition. You should. Everything, when it comes to this, it's about intuition, right? So, and if you just, once you get over this little hump here, this little questionnaire, if you will, you can go back to enjoying a gathering, maybe. And it will also help you look into July, maybe. You can almost establish already what can happen at the end of June. You'll have the perspective, you'll have, the decisions to make. I just need to drink cola. But yeah, so something is coming up here. That's going to be a little bit of a mystery. Um, but no need to panic again, because the thing with the moon, it's not necessarily dark, right? Because it's still a bright light in the sky, right? And you follow it. Once you get there, it'll be very bright. You'll just on the way there, things might shapeshift in the moonlight, right? But you'll still see a goal. It's just about achieving that. Lynn Williams, thank you so much for following. I'm so glad you could join me today. Sounds like a good month to me, as I make the ride smooth. For sure. Absolutely. That's what I mean. There's a lot of happiness here. Harmony, stability, really focusing, especially a lot of emotional things happening here. Emotional, like, let loose a little bit. Like, it's not so end of the world, whatever this thing is, you know. And so, yeah. Let's see what moon card can help you. Well, look at this. Full moon in Gemini. We're here. We're talking about June. So, the answers you need are coming. So I think that's what I mean with it's not a total mystery, but it is a mystery, right? It's still pretty dark. People are going to provide you the answers. You might struggle a bit on what to pick. You're not going to find the answers that it's going to be one way or another, because whatever you pick is going to resolve into this, that being able to relax again, enjoy yourself, enjoy the harvest, if you will, because it'll be fine. You'll be able to plan like nothing happened, basically. Yeah, all right, yeah. So answers are coming because it makes sense. We're talking about June here, so that's your June reading. Okay, I hope that helped. All right, you wanted a general reading. Oh my god, I gotta eyelash my fucking eye. Okay. So I'm so happy to see you guys here. It's nice to stream in the mornings too, and not just I usually stream like way later, but I just felt like streaming, so here I am, and I still managed to gather people, so yay. All right. Lynn, I want you to pick a card. Three. All right. Do you currently feel a sense of completion? Do you feel that you have right. Yeah. Do you feel like you have like a sense of control of things? Um You don't feel that. Okay. Are you married, and do you have or yeah, are you married or something? Do you have kids? I'm in a relationship and have kids. All right. Yep. Okay. Then I think what this is trying to tell you, to achieve knowledge. Then I guess what it's trying to tell you, if you don't have any sense of control, you need to get some sense of control. It's okay to take a time out for yourself. It's okay to go within yourself and figure out what it is that is messing things up, that makes you not feel as connected. But it seems like your kids then and your family in general is all right, though. You're often a very, your asset is that you're a very harmonious person. You got that going for you, easygoing kind of person. So you got that going for you. Something to remember here when you dive into yourself. Um, it's almost like you're debating on doing this, and you should take that time because you need to achieve some sort of knowledge that you have within yourself. You need to retrieve that. Um, yeah, opportune timing here. Maybe it's a time to be childish. Maybe, I don't know, play more games with your kids or something. I got the queen in the relationship here, which is the question. And yeah, it's like, is it, how are you doing well financially right now? Like, is everything stable financially? So. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't look like there's currently any, like, everything seemed to be fine in that front. It's almost like you're going through that, if is it okay if I go into myself for a bit kind of a thing, which it is. It should always be. You should always find time for yourself. Um but the opportune time here is also conflicting because you're not necessarily feeling 100%. Yeah. Uh and that could lead into self-victimizing. But you need to achieve a new truth, and you can only do that by going into yourself and remember to apply the harmony that you apply to others into yourself. So let's see what the moon has to say about this. It's a win-win outcome in a forecast. Full moon in Libra. So you are clearly currently afraid of taking the time out for yourself in the sense of whatever it is that you feel like you need to deal with. Um, the cards are basically being like, all right, you know what? Everything is fine. Your children are fine. You can take this time, because if you don't take this vendetta. But I saw you were live, so I decided to hang out for a bit. Oh my god, vendetta, go to sleep. um, yeah. The cards are basically saying everything else is fine. It's fine financially. Your family is all right. Uh, everything is under control. So you can only win. Can't sleep. Fair. You can only win by taking this time to figure it out, what it is you want to figure out. Um, that is clearly bothering you, or something like that. You have more than all the time in the world to deal with this, right? And you need to take this time for yourself. Remember to be kind on yourself too. When you might discover things that you don't necessarily want to hear from yourself, but you need to just embrace that. Okay, this is how I feel, and that's okay. That kind of a thing, because again, if you don't, you're gonna continue being self-victimized here of like, maybe the problems aren't as deep as you think they are, and you can just break free, take one of the swords and run, and go with that. Get new opportunities, new intelligence, new information, a message, if you will. It's almost, yeah, you'll gain a new message, which is what you need to gain by going into yourself, if that makes sense. So it's only, you can only win for this. You can only win. So everything else is fine. If that was a worry for you, you can take the time to deal with your problems. No problem. Anytime. Okay, Vendetta, why can't you sleep? Beach? Oh, it's your turn. Oh, hi, lol. Okay, my last card. Okay. I need to brush my hair. I took a shower today. Give me something general. What should I know? All right, we can do that. What should we know? What should we know about Vendetta in the future? Yes. That command, I love it. I am gonna look into my fortune teller aura and predict your future. No, that's not how it works. Sorry for demystifying how tarot works for you. Anyone can do this. It doesn't want to sort. Whatever. Are you fucking kidding me? Don't I know how to fucking shovel? Shuffle. I probably don't know how to shovel either. Pick a card, bitch. Shovel? Shut up! Yeah, alright. General reading. What's happening? You might get some answers and establish a truth and balance. Clearly, it's a very assured position. Well, it's obviously a lot of optimism. I see a lot of optimism. Also, a lot of cards are sitting down. Obviously, you have some standing too. But let's see. This is in correlation to it's okay. So it could be that you're gonna be you're gonna kind of like deflect some things here. With the truth and maybe it's a family thing. Maybe something coming up with your family. Believe in the impossible. Okay, so impossible. Yeah, okay, so maybe oh, this was a hard general reading because like it's still hard to because there's no specific to the general. It's like this could mean anything. Let's say that this is June for you, okay? It's 3 a.m. Thank for the reading. I was like, okay, well, thank you so much and sleep tight. Let's say this is June, just to give us some sort of context here. Because again, cards can mean anything. So then this would mean for me that something that you might not believe is true or is believe is possible is going to be possible. Obviously, believe in the possible blue moon, something that's very rare, right? So it could be. It's definitely something is going to give you a sense of fertility. If okay, that came out wrong, what I mean is, fruits of your labor, right? You can harvest it. You can enjoy it. It's okay. Um, Maybe it's yeah. It's also a month for you to gather knowledge, um, have patience and understanding, but also maybe take maybe more inspiration from more of a manly source, if you will. It could be if you have brothers or your father or friends, male friends or something like that. I'm sensing a lot of that can influence help you to decipher things that are important to keep and kind of like sort things out. And the truth, yeah, it might hurt a bit, but it's worth balancing. Um, and it might seem impossible to do, but it is possible to do. Um, it has to just the sorting out of things has to come from a place of harmony, love, and family, um, from a place of goodwill, uh, and yeah, just maybe there's some sort of advice that you need from a male figure. This is my guy. Holy moly, we had a convo like that on the healing day we had. Really? Well, there you go. Yeah, because I'm definitely sensing that for some reason I needed to point out that it's more of a male thing. Usually I don't necessarily feel one or the other, but this one feels that they're gonna give you something this month that is again might be a little hard to believe with the truth here, but you need to believe in the impossible here in June. That even if it might sound too good to be true, it probably isn't, and the other way around too, obviously. But it looks like you're going to gain a lot of knowledge um, and how to pick your battles. How to pick your battles, and overall, like, I mean, it's a lot of swords here. Yeah, it's almost, this is what I mean, like the harsh truth, like, and that might not seem possible, but it is possible, kind of a thing. That's kind of what I'm feeling here. Yeah. So believe in the impossible. Your motto for June. Def feel this. Okay, well that's good. I shall, Plunky. I believe in you. My little tiny doppelganger. Except you're very young and oh, you know what? It's a lot better. Like obviously resting helps. No problem. But there's definitely certain positions I still cannot be in. And I do stretch a lot. But rest obviously helps with any sort of healing. So I've just been really trying to not sit up too much and let my back do whatever it needs to do. But yeah, I feel a lot better. And hopefully very soon I'll be almost back to normal. I say that I still feel like afraid of lifting things. I really feel that. But I do pick, a few things here and there because, I have to clean and shit. But I was thinking about doing laundry, but I was like, nah, it's a little bit too heavy to, carry. So Yeah, I really need to. Sending healing energy. Oh, thank you so much. And I'm sending you all the positivity with, your cute little relationship there that I'm just so happy for you and looking forward to hearing more about it. Now go to sleep. I'm eating. You eating cupcakes? Okay, you are my spirit animal, I think. You know what? Speaking of cupcakes, you know what fucking weird dream Okay, so, I mean, I have weird dreams, right? Pisces, that's just what we do, right? But, like, I could print food. Now, listen to me. No, I could print, like a printer that prints out paper. I could print food. So, and I'm talking, I can't even explain to you. Need me one of those. It was so weird. It was like, oh, so this is how you get free food? Like, for example, I was like, okay, I really want to taste, like a cream-filled donut or something, right? So I would Google a picture of what I wanted, right? And then I'd print it out. And, it came out, it was thick, filled with shit. And I'm like, what the fuck? Does it take the ink? Is this thing toxic to eat? Because, it's still coming out of a printer with ink, right? And I don't know if it's toxic ink. And I'm like, well, is this actually how they taste? Or, I start questioning everything about this. I'm like, this is not, what? And so I'm like, this can't be fucking legal, right? Because so I printed out like a cream-filled bun and powdered donuts. And I'm like, okay, so certain things work and whatever. And but most of it did work. It's just I'm like, how many of these can I print? I just started to be I'm like, this is not making sense. And I was just trying to make logic out of it. I'm like, eating it anyways. And I'm like, this is probably toxic. I feel like this is not right? But still, I'm like, okay, but it has to have special ingredients in order to put ingredients into a thing and make it a thing. So I'm like, I wonder if it can do a glazed donut, just a normal glazed donut. And I'm like, because I'm really craving that, and we don't really have that around here, right? So I'm like, I want that and a powdered donut. Just simple like that. And I'm like, where the fuck does this come from? How does it do this? You looked into the future. I mean, for sure. I felt like I was stealing. Because it was you go to this website, right, that you can order these things, to get home delivery. But instead, if you could I just somehow printed out an image, or so what I thought. And then it just came through. The actual thing. And I'm like, this is clearly not right. It's probably toxic as fuck. But I really want this in my mouth. I don't know. And I never really dream about things like that. And then I had a weird dream about Billy Joe and his wife. That was something about... Yeah, that was weird. Anyway, yeah. So they were also involved somehow. I don't know. Listen, sometimes I don't know. I just woke up thinking, what the fuck? Also, now I kind of want those cream filled. It was sort of like a big, cream filled donut too. It wasn't sugary anything, which I don't like sugary things or whatever. But I have a lot of dreams about naked people. Wait, what? Okay. Stripped down. Well, but I'm just trying to analyze, right? But this one is just, dreaming about naked people, that makes sense, right? It's about getting to the core of something, right? But what the fuck does a printer that prints donuts and whatever, what the fuck does that represent? You know what I mean? Yes, the future. Of course it does, but like, why would I dream about it, right? What is that going to offer me in sort of guidance, right? Because dreams are sort of guidance, right? It's trying to figure things out inside. So I'm like, am I trying to make this printer thing a reality? Or what the fuck? I'm not a technician. I don't know how to build a regular printer. So how the fuck am I supposed to build that? You know? Something that infuels jam into a pastry. Like, what? No, that's not, I'm not a factory, you know? So why would I dream about that? I'm really struggling with this one. Because, yeah, usually it's like, they're pretty straightforward. I got it. But this one, I am actually stumped as well. Like, I'm just like, what does this mean? I know the rest of the dream, you know, about Billy Joe and his wife and, like, the murderer thing that was happening. And, like, that makes sense to me. But this part, that was such a big impact on me, apparently, since I'm still thinking about it. What the fuck does me figuring out that you can print out donuts in a regular printer, me going, this is probably toxic, but I'm still gonna eat it. And also, when am I gonna get caught? Because this is clearly illegal, because how else are businesses gonna thrive if you can just download a donut, right? I'll let you know if I could. Please, you know what, Vendetta? I'm gonna pass this on to you because it's late for you. You're gonna continue this dream for me. Black market donuts! You know, that's what I mean. Like, Hershey's is gonna fucking get out of business if I'm sitting here printing out Hershey's bars or something. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, that's the stuff that went through my head. Because I'm trying to think about it that way. I knew what I was doing was probably not something legal. But also the fact that I figured that it's a fucking printer. The ink is probably toxic, which means that the things, the ingredients that makes these donuts are clearly also toxic. It has to be. But yet I'm so fucking, I want this powdered donut and this cream-filled donut that I'm still eating it. So I don't know. Yeah, please try for me. In fact, I think I'm going to stop my stream here. I need to go lay down again, I feel. But yes, maybe the fact that we're doing something legal. Yeah, maybe you're feeling like you're doing something wrong in life, though. Maybe it tastes good. Yeah, maybe. But that's not me, though. Like, I don't tend to do anything that's technically illegal, you know? Oh my god, Oblivion, hello, just as soon as I'm leaving. Long time no see. But yeah, everyone, if you want to join the Discord, you're more than welcome to. We have a blast over there. And I'll probably stream later today, too. This thing you speak of exists, sort of. Wait, what? You already can print... Wait, what? Excuse me. Okay. Printer food. Google 3D printer printed food. Okay. Right. So clearly it still exists. But like, this was a regular looking printer though, so. But I get it. I get the concept, right? Obviously, this has been explored. This is not a new thing. I know that. But why? It's the other aspects of the printing that, you know, obviously is the key here. That's why I dreamt about it. So it's not the same as your dream, but yeah, the idea, absolutely. I totally understand that this is an idea. I'm just trying to analyze why, you know, what that could represent, right? Because that's, dreams are Supposedly it's healthier or potentially healthier and cheaper. Really? Hmm. Yeah, I mean, yeah, the future is now, right? That is so interesting. Maybe you're gonna go into business with this idea. No, I don't think so. This is too much work. I'm not into this. No, I like to help people, but not by making a food printer because you still have to exchange, fill the jelly ink and you need to fill the bun ink and it needs to become a bun and bake somehow. Like I would abuse my power with it. I think that's what I mean. It felt so wrong because I usually don't do anything that's wrong, right? You can pay other people for that. Fair enough. Um, but like, I think that the whole concept of like, I'm stealing, from a business that is, needs this to thrive. So I'm trying to think about, like, obviously, how did I feel when I did this? What was my thought process? That's kind of how you analyze dreams, right? So that's kind of where I need to really go back and think about. And I think I'm going to do that now after the stream because I'm very curious about this, that my thought process, that is yeah, what really is. This is just a symbol of something, right? So got to figure that out. So Vendetta, you continue this dream for me and you'll let me know. uh And I'll see you all in Discord and later on. I'm probably streaming later today. So I'll see you all then. I love you all. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.